will leave my video off today because I am having really bad connection, and so I think it will take all my bandwidth. So let's hope it doesn't cut in the middle. But so you can hear me now fine, so that's good. How is everything? Okay, I guess that's all good. Okay, let me give you the usual update. First, Annabelle, people will of course be asking for the POAP, so maybe you can comment on that at the beginning.
Yes, so just like we did last week, for now you can get back to us, so Jean or to me directly, to share the link to claim your POAP. If you were with us last week, a lot of people that joined did not get back to me afterwards, so don't hesitate really to ping me afterwards. I'm going to share with you the link. We are trying to solve this so that it's a bit more attractive, instead of just following up after the call, just having a QR code during the call. So we are working with Jean on that. This is not so complex, but at the end of the day, it turns out to be not working. But yeah, we're working on it.
So be patient. I hope that maybe just 2 more weeks and it will be solved and it will be working perfectly. Okay, so let's get started with the news from the week. So for me, I was last week, I was invited to give a couple of talks to Mendoza, which is a place in Argentina. It's an important city. Was invited by the Supreme Court there for giving talk, and also 2 talks actually on future of legal systems, and in particular this new narrative that we are pushing from Kleros, and which is becoming very, very, I'd say it's becoming mainstream now, about this idea of a justice system for the metaverse. Well, we have been seeing a lot of people, companies starting to put businesses on the metaverse. I saw like JP Morgan, opening like a branch in the metaverse, and so this is something we have been discussing at Kleros for a long time, and now kind of the time for this type of narratives to become mainstream. They will become, of course, more mainstream when all the scalability issues start to be solved, but that's a matter of time. So I've been speaking there, a couple of talks there, and then also we are regarding events and kind of marketing. We are already, you know this already, but we are organizing our presence in Ethereum Rio. There's going to be me, Fede, Nani, William, Annabelle, and Plinio from Kleros, who are going to Ethereum Rio. This is in like 10 days, Annabelle, or more, a bit more than, no, 15 days. It's in 2 or 3 weeks. Right. And so we're going to do a side event there on the 17th of March for a community of lawyers, arbitrators, mostly. This is going to be done in partnership with the Arbitration and Mediation Center of Rio, and also the Catholic University of Rio, which is a very important university in Brazil. And we are going to also participate in a number of events connected to the Ethereum Rio organization, in particular regarding looking for teams to incubate in our incubator. As you know, the applications are open, so feel free to submit applications for your project if you want to participate in this batch. We already received a couple, maybe like 10. I'm not very happy. I mean, we need more, so we can have more like projects that we can choose between. So yeah, feel free to share with your friends if they are building Web3 stuff that could be using Kleros for different use cases, escrow, curation, oracles. So feel free to apply. If you have questions, you can ask them on Telegram. I'm happy to answer. So help us get more teams. There is going to be in the Ethereum Rio a couple of I think it's a boot camp that I'm really excited to see, and to see if we can scout some teams for the incubator. So that's one thing that's going to happen soon. And then, as I already mentioned in previous calls, so the Kleros Europe is going to go to Dubai for the other big conference that's going to be happening so in these days. So if you want to see Clement there's Clement, there's going to be JB, there's going to be, I think, Alex, there's going to be William. I know we need to just show William everywhere we can, so that's why he goes to conferences. Who else is going, Annabelle, to the Dubai conference?
Yes, we have our new integration manager, Guangyam, that is going to join. He's going to join as well right after his onboarding.
There you go. Yeah, we have the new integrations manager who also he's an aeronautical engineer. So look, he can build planes and also bring integration to Kleros. So really happy to onboard him. He's from Singapore, but he lived some time in the Netherlands, which, by the way, reminds me that we are also thinking of doing some event or side event, and we're going to see what exactly at the DevConnect conference in Amsterdam. That was the name, right? DevConnect, and then there is the Shelling Point also side conference. So if you are attending that, then you can also see part of the team. I don't remember when is this. Do you remember, Annabelle?
Yes, it's 18 to 25 of April in Amsterdam. Those are parallel events. There is not like a main event with side events. It's a lot of parallel and independent events that are going to be scheduled under the DevConnect schedule during this week. So yes, we've been working on an idea of workshop and talk, but GB and George are working on the content. And yes, we probably organize this in the official schedule.
Yeah, so we have that. So everything is decentralized, so we will have George there. We will have, I think, JB as well. Maybe Wang Mian. And Shotaro, right? And maybe someone else joins.
Yes.
So that. And then we are also starting to think participation in ETHCC that is going to take place in July. So that's actually when we typically do our full team meeting. So that's but that's a long time. It's not that close. And and DevCon was just announced. I think the exact date. I'm not going to say I'm happy it's going to be in Bogota, but fine. I wanted it to be happening in Buenos Aires, but we lost, so that's enough. I won't complain. That's fine. I love Bogota. I love Colombia, so it's good. So we're already starting planning their participation there. The good thing is that we have lots of contacts in Bogota. I've already been speaking to some of them. We are probably going to put together a quite big event for Kleros, probably before the Colombia, the DevCon. So, but more on this later. Okay, so that. Then we've been, or I've been this week doing like a lot of research in connection to different use cases of content moderation. So as you know, this is something that we have been pushing for a while. Well, the whole metaverse narrative is also connected to a lot of content moderation issues. Content moderation and also like NFT kind of copyright claims. And so a really interesting session about this. I had this morning with Abir. I don't know if Abir is here. Are you there, Abir?
I'm here, yeah.
Yeah, well, I will let you explain what we did, so I don't monopolize the talk. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I was kind of eating my 2 a.m. dinner right now, but sure. Yeah, we were just
sorry about that.
No problem. Yeah, we were just discussing potential ways of integrating Kleros with open encyclopedias. We spoke about this last week. Stuff like having Kleros for Wikipedia to resolve their disputes and all. So over the course of the conversation, we ended up realizing that a potential Wikipedia integration, while great, would probably be out of the question because of politics and internal power structures and all. But we also looked at the other side of the spectrum of sort of potentially integrating with decentralized open encyclopedias like Everypedia and all, because their current system that they're set up as is really hampering their growth and isn't really setting them up as a contender to Wikipedia as they had set out to be. And I think much of the problem there lies in their tokenization model, which has seesawed from the extreme of Wikipedia on one side, where everything is open and there's no really checks and balances on majoritarian rule, to the other extreme, which is basically every single action on Everypedia is tokenized, which really hampers its growth. So me and Federico and Mizu, we were discussing about how exactly we could create a model for integration with existing in open encyclopedias with Kleros, or maybe even potential designs for future open encyclopedias, which will sort of hit the sweet spot between Wikipedia on one side and Everypedia on the other side, which sort of sidesteps the issues that both of these models have with their content moderation and sort of other practices, such as in maintaining internal harmony among the editors and all.
Yeah, so we're going to do some more progress with this, and then maybe like after that, maybe we can do like some open presentation of what our ideas are. Yeah, so maybe someone of you also want to contribute to us thinking about this matter. We can't get enough, brain power because this is a very important problem to tackle, and we think that the Kleros can play a role here. So we will, of course, let you know when we do, this presentation. So that's an ongoing thing, which is research for more use cases. This is connected to also the ongoing research we have on content moderation. As you know, we have already presented to the Blue Sky community, and we have internally been studying different ways in which Kleros can contribute to content moderation. Some of those include prediction markets, others include different ways to do this. So tomorrow we are going to have also workshop, an internal workshop with the core team on how we can to see what are the conclusions that we have been reaching in this research. After this, when we have like more internal clarity, then we will probably also do like an open presentation, so you can also join and participate on this. So this is basically mostly mechanism design matters. Well, speaking of mechanism design, I will let, of course, William, who is our mechanism design expert, give his research update.
Yeah, so beyond the sort of things that Federico already hit on, I'm looking forward to all the conferences that he mentioned before. I'm preparing my talk for ETH Dubai, where I'm going to talk about griefing factors. So you can like look for that talk when it's available. So I've said this, in previous weeks, but this is like a talk on sort of like sabotage and how to make crypto economic systems resistant to like players who are willing to lose money in order to like cause other players harm. Either because they're like pure trolls or because they have some kind of external interest that isn't well captured by the incentives of the game that you think you designed, because there's some like broader external game. So my talk is going to be I try to make this practical and kind of dev focused. But then in parallel with that, I've been writing an academic paper that like has some more abstract results on when like the equilibria in games are stable or not in the presence of griefing players, that I've also been sort of wrapping up in parallel, that draws on what we've learned about how to make Kleros and other crypto economic systems resistant to these kinds of attacks.
Good. Thank you, William. And then tomorrow as well, we will have another workshop where we will first, do the first like internal demo of the Kleros 2.0. So as you know, this includes a number of improvements in the mechanism design, in different voting mechanism, scalability solutions, and all that we have discussed in length in previous calls. And well, now everything is like just being put together into the first prototype with front end and everything. So yeah, tomorrow we're actually going to see how this is put together. Extremely excited about this test that we are going to do, and also very excited if this goes well. I mean, very excited about showing you guys in the community what we have been working on. As you know, our expectation is that we will be able to release Kleros 2.0 in Q3. So this is a very important milestone for that to happen. So we have that is going to be very cool tomorrow, and then we we are already, I mentioned this in previous calls, like handling a bunch of integration requests from different projects. This was becoming actually a bottleneck as we didn't have integrations manager, but now so this is going to be moving forward much faster. If you in the audience is someone from one of the teams that we might be with some delays, but so Wang Mian is going to join us quite soon, so this is going to be a relief for us keeping up with all of the requests we have, and this is connected also to we are putting together a small team of I would call this protocol politicians, if you want, as it's clear that lots of the integrations of Kleros come from us being engaged in different communities and in different projects that where the community has to vote the use of Kleros through the governance mechanism, and they have to discuss internally. So this is a little team we are putting together for us delivering this message better and with more granularity. Like, it's important that if you are in a project that could potentially use Kleros, that you see that there are some Kleros, let's say, ambassadors or protocol politicians that can, create awareness or answer questions you might have. So we are putting this together now. Then we had a really good participation at Ethereum Denver. So we had Rusty went there, and he presented, not really presented like informally, not he didn't have a talk, but discussed with lots of different people about Kleros, and we got like tons of like integration requests from the participation that we are now trying to handle and analyze the requirements they have, and yeah, so that's something that is ongoing. And for now, a big bottleneck I have to say is that the lack of this integration manager, but we already picked one, and so that is going to be moving forward much faster. Let me think if I have anything else to comment for today. I don't think I have more to share. Maybe you, William, or Annabelle, is there anything you want to share with the community?
Yes, actually, I'd like to invite you to follow our social media, follow the news, and like actually the Kleros Telegram group, because I'm baking right now the next 2 upcoming events in Rio. So that's for the South American community and in Dubai as well. And I'm close to the conclusion of both deals, which makes it easier to announce it officially, probably next week. Or earlier if I manage to, but next week otherwise.
Good.
I'm just gonna add one thing. What we discussed at the end of our call, I think I'll just tell it to everyone else here. So, one problem that I've faced into, when let's say shilling Kleros, is that ultimately I meet with academics and lawyers and all, and they're quite interested in the in the whole concept, and so they ask me to send them certain materials, right? And so that requires me to trawl through the Kleros website, select particular videos or articles or blog posts that are more catered towards people of their particular specialty. So maybe the community can help us out here a little bit. I was thinking of creating a sort of curated reading list which caters to people of different disciplines and specialties, a reading list for lawyers, a reading list for, let's say, developers, a reading list for more people in the Web3 space who are looking for integrations. So sort of, just a sort of compendium of resources which allows someone who wants to quickly understand what Kleros is about, a curated and concise list of resources, which are the only things they need to read, considering their background in order to understand what the whole project is about. So I can do the whole thing for like lawyers and all, but I was thinking, maybe you could get some help from people of different specialties or different industries to sort of help curate all the resources that are out there, because there's quite a lot of stuff out there. We just need to put it together now.
Yeah. So we already have the Git book that we didn't have like 1 year ago. We didn't have the Git book, so we were like way more precarious position. Now we have that, but I think that what we discussed with Abir before is important. Not everyone who comes to Kleros is interested in the same things. So it's different. Lawyers see Kleros differently than like Web3 developers or so. Yeah, I mean, I think that the first thing we need to think is, okay, lawyers, we know that they are interested in this, so Abir will handle it. So we need to like figure out what are the other personas that we want to address with this in the knowledge base, so we can give them a more targeted, message. Maybe William, something we could do some for people who are interested in the game theory and design mechanics or that. Yeah, well, we will have to put some thinking into this. But yeah, if you guys think you can contribute to some of this, get in touch, and yeah, and it's going to be easier if we do it together, I guess. Okay. Awesome. Well, guys, thank you all for coming, and see you see you next week. People who asked for the time for the V2 workshop, this is going to be, what time is it? It's early, it's like, I think it's 11 UTC, something like that. But this is, for now, it's only for the team. I mean, in case everything breaks and nothing works, I mean, I don't want to see memes of me. Yeah, so let us first check that it works, and then we will do it open for everyone to see.
I would have a question, Federico. How about the escrow service? Is it working, or would you recommend to wait for the 2.0 version?
So the escrow service is working. This was the first DApp we made. It's not the best experience. We know that. We have the plans to do the second version. It's just that you know, in this context of being quite hard to recruit developers because of job market realities, we kind of are focused mostly on the V2 of the court, right? If you want to use if you have some specific use of the case for the escrow and you want to use it for some transaction, I mean, we can help you in case there's something you don't understand. But yeah, I mean, the main resources we have for development are put into court, right? So do help us to spread the word of people joining Kleros, because we are looking for developers.
Yeah, because I have
a great answer, but yeah,
I might have a client this weekend, I mean, from India, and I'm really not sure how much I can trust him, you know, and it would be safer for me to secure my consulting project through the escrow service. I mean, if it's working, why shouldn't I secure my project and wait, you know? If you're not sure to trust someone, better use the escrow system. Wouldn't you say that? I mean,
yeah. I mean, it's working. I mean, get in touch by PM, and yes, we will help you set the transaction. No problem.
All right. Thank you.
Well, guys, thank you all for coming, and see you again next week then. Okay.
Right. Thanks a lot.
Everybody.
Bye-bye.